Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us, your Tulare County Latino Rotary, as we present the third annual Black and White Ball. This year, we'll be featuring men in our community, the creme of the creme, the top shelf men of our county. Sit back and relax, and let's begin. Congratulations, Juan Arzola. ABD. Juan Arzola was born in Mexico and raised in Goshen. He says, my road to redemption began with serving 6+ years in the United States Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. After I put my Montgomery GI Bill to use and entered higher education at the College of the Sequoias, eventually I transferred to UCLA, where I graduated with the BA in political science. I continued my graduate education at CSU at Fresno, where I earned a master's degree in international relations. I am currently enrolled as a PhD candidate in the higher education community college leadership at Mississippi State University. Recently, I am the first Chicano to serve as an academic senate president at the Sequoias Community College District, known as College of the Sequoias. He says the one consejo that I would give to my younger self would be to focus on your smarts on school and not the pendejadas for the clicks. Ponte trucho on how the homies always ask for you to figure stuff out. They're looking for you because they know you are smart and a leader. That energy should be placed in school. I just want to take a moment to thank Century 21 Jordan Link and Company for allowing us to use their site last Saturday evening to do the in-person presentation of these award recipients. Also, Proteus, our Sparkle sponsor, for the donation that they so generously gave, and to Gigi Kraus Photography for her talent, skill, and time in this project. We appreciate all that you do. Our next recipient, congratulations, Gil Jaramillo. Gil Jaramillo was born and raised in Visalia, California. He graduated from Redwood High School and attended College of the Sequoias. Gil and his wife Edith then moved to Los Angeles and both joined Bank of America, where they worked their way up the ranks and attained the positions of vice president. After 25 years with Bank of America in Los Angeles, it was time to move back to Visalia. He found retirement was not for him, and a year later, he unretired to accept the position of executive director of the Tulare Kings Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, where he worked for 9 years. In 2008, Gil left the Hispanic Chamber to join the Fresno State Small Business Development Center, Tulare Kings. The Small Business Development Center provides one-to-one business consulting to business owners and those wishing to start a new business. On June 1st, 2017, Gil returned to the Tulare Kings Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as CEO. Thank you to Del Prado for the appetizers and for Sara Elena, our president, who donated to this event. Congratulations, Raymond Macareno. Raymond C. Macarena was elected to the College of the Sequoias Board of Trustees for Ward 3 in 2018. Ward 3 is comprised of Northeast Visalia, Cutler, Orosi, Wood Lake, Farmersville, and the surrounding communities of Northeast Tulare County. Raymond is committed to serving as a role model to our community's youth. His goal is to influence the quality of life for those underrepresented in our community through health and educational opportunities, community events, and scholarship programs. His work experience has ranged from field work, pharmaceuticals, and leadership roles in both large and small nonprofit organizations and foundations in Tulare and Fresno County. He is a senior communications specialist for Cahuilla Health and owner of Nuestro Tiempo Publishing and Promotion. A special thanks to Raymond for assisting and assembling this program as well as last year's. He is also a founding member of the Tulare County Latino Rotary. Congratulations to a young rising star, Chaz D. Marrero, known as Chaz, is the 12-year-old son of Carlos and Alina Marrero of Tulare. Chaz is a 7th grade student at Alpine Vista Middle School, where he loves basketball, swimming, and flag football. Chaz would love to be a YouTube influencer, a video gamer, or a skateboard star. But if that doesn't work out, he plans to continue his education and pursue a career in the medical profession. Born with a speech impediment called apexia, Chaz is inspired by role models such as Governor Gavin Newsom, who is dyslexic, and the United States President Joseph Biden, who struggles with stuttering. Chaz is quickly overcoming the challenges of his disability with hard work and lots of speech therapy. An above average student, Chaz is confident, kind, and a sweet young man. He has 2 younger sisters he loves and dotes on, Angelina, known as Styx, and Lola, who is actually Angelique. They also, in return, love and admire and look up to Chaz. And who I might add is my grandson, numero uno. Thank you very much for being a rising sun, Carlos Chaz Marrero. Congratulations to yet another Carlos Mendoza, a Latino Rotary board member. He says, what shaped me into the person that I am today is my lived experience. I've had battles with addiction, domestic violence, and heartbreak. All are a part of me, but none of them rule me. I don't let any of these things prevent me from being who I am today. Each one of them I have learned lessons from, grew stronger from, and motivated from. I share my story in hopes that others that may have gone through or are currently going through an addiction, domestic violence, or heartbreak can rise out of those situations and become a success. I always tell people that I am a product of a second chance. Isn't it time that you give yourself a chance? Carlos is immediate past Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus, Tulare County Latino Rotary, president of the Tulare Kings Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, board member of the Hispanic Chamber Foundation of Tulare and Kings County, associate director for the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and if that wasn't enough, he is the current vice president for the new Alpha Kappa fraternity, Fresno State Epsilon chapter. Thank you, Carlos, for being the role model that you are today for all of those up and coming rising stars. He was also the master of ceremonies for last year's Black and White Ball. Congratulations to Christian Nava. He says, my senior year, I made the choice to join the Marines. This was mainly fueled by 2 ideas. My grandfather and father served before me, and I took great pride in that. To continue a tradition or start one is a great honor. My second reason was that I have a lot of pride in my country. We are not without our issues, but I feel that we do the best we can in providing the best lives we can for people. I would love nothing more than to continue to do that and to be a part of something bigger than myself. Thank you to each participant for donating your time, your energy that made this possible. A special shout out to Yolanda Fabel, your realtor for life, for everything that she did to help us to host the event at Century 21 Jordan Lake. Congratulations, Christian Nava. Congratulations to Dr. Saul Jimenez Sandoval. Dr. Jimenez is a Central Valley native, born in Fowler, California. In 2021, he was appointed to serve as president of California State University at Fresno. Previously, he taught almost 15 years at Fresno State. He has expertise in Spanish and Portuguese poetry, and he is a published author. Dr. Jimenez Sandoval is committed to the Central Valley region and is proud that all of his academic career has been invested in promoting the enrichment of our students and region. With deep roots in the Valley and a strong connection to agriculture and the arts, he is committed to Fresno State and the Valley community. He says, to appreciate fully the beauty of life, it's dynamic and fleeting, though always full of promise and potential. And what always remains meaningful are friendships, love of family, and the satisfaction of working towards a stronger community and a brighter tomorrow. Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Saul Jimenez Sandoval. Thank you also for the job that you do at Fresno State University. Congratulations to Richard Torres Sr. He says, I have lived in Tulare my whole life. I grew up on a family farm southwest of Tulare, where I learned the value of hard work, tenacity, and grit. I began boxing at 8 years old in a boxing gym that my dad fashioned out of the home's carport. Growing up, the boxing gym was where I learned what success felt like. A good sparring session or a win at a competition was immediate proof that hard work paid off. My mother, Margie, and father, Manuel, raised 5 kids, all of which tried boxing at least once. Yes, even my mom got in the ring. I attended the local schools and graduated from Fresno State. My first teaching job was at my old elementary school, Palo Verde. I became an administrator after teaching several years at the high school. I have been married to my beautiful wife, Kimberly, for 26 years and have 2 children, Marjorie and Richard Jr. If I could give myself some advice, my younger self some advice, I'd say, keep going. The grind will pay off. Not every dream that you have will come true, but that is only because God has other plans for you, plans that you could never imagine. Success is not given to you. You must consistently work for it. Here's a little known fact about Richard Torres Sr. I was out donating blood and I was told, I was talking and bragging about Torres Jr. And I was told that Torres Sr. gives blood on a regular basis every 8 weeks. That is the kind of top shelf people we are honoring. Congratulations, Richard Torres Jr. Congratulations, Richard Kiki Torres Jr. I can tell that you are right off the tree of your dad. He says, I am an Olympic silver medalist in the sport of boxing. I grew up in the Central Valley and have boxed my entire life. One piece of advice my mother and father gave me was to recognize the moment. Sometimes life gets so busy. Every now and then stop and recognize the path you're on, the place you're at, and the hard work it has taken for you to get there. If you do that, it will help you to realize that you have accomplished a lot already, and it will allow you to embrace the struggles ahead. I just want to add a side note that Richard Kiki Torres Jr. has been in our community since he returned. Being an Olympic silver medalist is a big deal. We are very proud of you, and we know that you are influencing all our youth. Thank you for doing an anti-bullying campaign for Tulare County. We know that you are the kind of leader that we can look to for tomorrow. Congratulations, Richard Kiki Torres Jr. Congratulations, Eddie Valero. Eddie Valero is a native of Central Valley. Attending Orosi High School, he left the Valley to obtain an Ivy League education, obtaining an undergraduate as well as a graduate degree from Cornell University, and returned with the goal of prosperity for the residents of Tulare County. Currently, he is a supervisor for District 4, which represents Dinuba, Woodlake, and portions of Visalia and several rural areas. He says, as a newborn, there were 3 instances that could have changed the trajectory of my life journey. First, the doctor broke my shoulder during delivery. Second, I was born with a rare form of glaucoma, which resulted in 5 major surgeries. Third, I was born with a birthmark. As this wasn't enough, I grew up in a family who worked in the fields in order to live a better life. It was through their hard work and tenacity that inspired me to do well academically and enter positions of leadership where the voice of the people are front and center. Eddie is also the epitome of working smarter, not harder, as he works and sees things and thinks globally in order to act locally. Great mind indeed. Congratulations, Paul Vargas. Paul Vargas is a native of the Central Valley. Born in Tegas Ranch, California, he attended Tulare Western High School While in high school, he participated in Math and Science Academy and spent time studying in Spruck, Australia. He went to Occidental College and studied political science and history. In his professional life, he worked a corporate and international banker at Security Pacific Banking Corporation. He says, perfection is the enemy of excellence. Perfection is a goal that will result in dissatisfaction. Strive for excellence in all facets of life. Accomplishing excellence will yield well-deserved and earned satisfaction and happiness. Paul Vargas is a Latino Rotary member. Congratulations to Nick Vargas. Yes, this is the second father and son duo. Nick Vargas is a native of California. Having spent time in Los Angeles and San Francisco Bay Area, he has a degree from Stanford University in psychology, as well as having completed his sequence in financial planning at UC Berkeley. Most of his has been in financial services, which allowed him to travel extensively in the United States as well as abroad, until he found his passion and life's work when he co-founded the Source LGBT+ Center in Visalia. Currently, he is the co-founder and director of development and strategy. His advice to his younger self is, write down a few things to be grateful for every day. You will find it helps with your outlook on life and attracts more things for which to be grateful. Looking forward to many more successes on this father and son who exemplify the high standards across the board. And here we have Paul and Nick Vargas, father and son Rotarians. Congratulations, Juan Vasquez. Juan Vasquez is a native of the Central Valley, being born and raised in Visalia, California. He attended CSU at Sacramento, earning a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in higher education leadership. While at CSUS, Juan was captain of the track and field team as well as cross-country team, having held the school record in the distance medley relay. Juan currently serves as Dean of Student Services at the College of Sequoia. He says, find multiple people you trust to act as mentors, role models, and a support system. Share what goals you have with your mentors. Listen and observe carefully to those who have done what you want to do. And don't be afraid to be awesome. I am so happy to read that one of our own left and returned home to effect change. Yes, let's have more of that. Congratulations, Juan Vasquez. Congratulations to Luis Verdugo. Luis Verdugo is a native of Central Valley, being raised in rural Kings County. Growing up, Luis worked alongside his family harvesting grapes for the raisins as well as in the cotton fields. He is a first-generation university graduate in his family with a degree in civil engineering from CSU at Fresno. Currently, Luis has an engineering and training certificate and is working towards a structural engineer specialty license. He says, the advice my parents gave me all the time was that I would have to work for what I want out of life. Definitely, you get out of it what you put into it. So working hard is a secret to getting what you want in life. Congratulations, Luis Verdugo, who is also a Latino Rotary member. Congratulations, Dr. Esteban Verduzco. He says, I worked for Yale New Haven Hospital during internal medicine residency for 3 years, and then for the VA in Tulare for 6.5 years. Right now, I'm doing a Master's of Science at Harvard in clinical research. I plan to apply for gastroenterology afterwards. If I could give my younger self some advice, it would be to be flexible with your future plans. I decided early on in my teens that I wanted to become a doctor and eventually did, but it would have also been good to remain open to other possibilities. Some advice I still hold dear to this day from my mother and father is to never give up and try your hardest. Advice I would give to today's youth would be to follow what you're passionate about and your dreams. You don't want to be left wondering later on in life what would have happened if you had pursued your dreams. A major adversity I faced during my youth was poverty. It has shaped me to this day. The process of becoming a doctor is expensive. My family and I learned how to make sacrifices and balance debt, skills that I still call upon today. Again, top shelf, hands down. Best wishes to you from us as you continue your journey in medicine. Congratulations, Dr. Esteban Verduzco. Congratulations, David Zarate. David Zarate is a native of the Central Valley, having been born and raised in Visalia, California. He attended CSU at Fresno, receiving a Bachelor's of Science in Industrial Technology, as well as a master's degree in Industrial Arts. Currently, David is a senior loss control consultant for Debutu and Defini's Insurance Group. David is a past president of Latino Rotary of Tulare County and its current treasurer. He says the first thing he would do as a youth is to say to a youth is to be yourself, know yourself, who you are, and know your values and know your code of honor, if you will. He says, I strongly emphasize to youth to stay strong in school and learn as much as you can to develop a base of knowledge and learn to build on top of that. Thank you, David Zarate, for your time, your energy, your commitment to Tulare County Latino Rotary. We continue to meet the first and third Wednesday of the month, mostly by Zoom for the last 18 months. And as we approach integrating during the COVID, we will be meeting at Del Prado Mexican Restaurant, and it's located on Main Street. I personally invite you. I want to congratulate again all the that are recognized tonight. Congratulations. And here you have Sara Elena, who is our current president, serving in her third year. This concludes 2021 third annual Black and White Ball honoring the gentlemen of Tulare County. You all certainly embody and emulate the cream of the cream. Good night and thank you.